It is maddening for everyone else. It is an epidemic, texting while walking. And tonight, one town is saying it's time to level fines against people who walk into the streets heads down, everybody else trying to dodge them. And new videos show it is more than just a nuisance. Here's ABC's Dan Harris.
Texting and walking, that thoroughly modern epidemic. Look at this guy walk into a wall, or this woman walk into a mall water fountain. And check this out, a bear on the loose, and this man texting almost walks right into him. The videos are funny, but the problem is serious. According to the most recent numbers, more than 1,000 people went to emergency rooms because they got hurt while walking and distracted on the phone. Double the year before, which was double the year before that. Bonnie Miller walked off this pier into Lake Michigan and had to be rescued by the Coast Guard.
I couldn't let pride stand in my way of warning other people, to not drive and text or walk and text. It can be dangerous.
Now, in Fort Lee, New Jersey, they're taking action. The police chief says as people get more distracted, they're more likely to jaywalk. So far this year, he's had 25 people hit by cars, sometimes with catastrophic consequences.
You've had people hit and killed while distracted walking?
Correct. Well, most of the times it's because they're distracted.
He is now cracking down on jaywalking, his officers handing out $85 tickets. The police chief is taking on what scientists call inattention blindness. Despite the modern romance with multitasking, the reality is the human brain evolved to do only one thing at a time. To test that, researchers at Western Washington University sent this clown on a unicycle through campus, and only about a quarter of people using their phones noticed him.
Only when I got real close up and he was coming towards me did I really see it.
Back in New Jersey, the police chief knows that this dangerous distraction will not go away overnight, but he hopes with his crackdown, he's doing his bit to encourage all of us to be smarter on our smartphones. Dan Harris, ABC News, Fort Lee, New Jersey.
And by the way, in London, so many people are texting and walking, they have decided to pad some of the lampposts.
We've come to a situation where people are using the technology in ways that are literally dangerous, and we have young people being injured, we have young people being killed by not being responsible in terms of how they use this technology.
Medic 224, we've got a major with 2 patients involved.
Yeah, I was coming around this way, she just hit me in.
Medic 224 will be transporting code 3 Northfield Medical.
Northfield 532, show me clear. Northfield 532, clear.
Northfield 4, myself, 42, clear.
Okay, it's a 241.
Alarm for Benjamin 224, we're clear of the scene available.
Go ahead, shoot!
It is rare that one of us does not know, either directly or indirectly, somebody who has been affected by texting and driving accident of some kind.
His legs are gone. X is paralyzed from the diaphragm down. She missed his brainstem by that much. I'm told that the text was, "I'm on my way." Was the text that important? That would be my question for her.
My phone would ring, and it'd be him saying, "Hi, Ma, what you doing?" And he knew that I was at work. And just those little things throughout the day, he'd always say, "I love you. I love you, Ma." This is the unfinished text message that our son was typing when he drove off the road and died of a massive skull fracture.
I get these anecdotes given to me regularly. It is a recurring thing and a recurring theme, which tells you this is a pervasive issue that needs to be dealt with.
How often do you text and drive? No, really, think about it. You're driving down the road and your phone buzzes, beeps, or hollers. Do you take a peek? If you answered yes, you're risking your life and the lives of others. A recent AT&T survey asked 1,200 teens about texting and driving, and the results were quite scary. 61% of teenagers who answered questions say they look at their phone while driving. 43% of them say they actually text while driving, and they know it's not safe. Because in that exact same survey, almost all of the teens said texting and driving is dangerous. And when they're sitting at a red light, more teens think it's okay to mess with their phones. 73% glance at their messages, while 60% of them send one. But that could be just as dangerous because did you know thousands of crashes happen each year at intersections with traffic lights? And peer pressure could be to blame because 9 out of every 10 teens surveyed expect a reply within 5 minutes. And adults aren't helping, at least from the teenager's perspective, because 77% of teens said adults tell kids not to text and drive, yet do it themselves all the time.
Which of these should Martha not be doing while she's driving? You decide.
Well, don't you think that's a two-way street, though? I mean, really.
It's spilling everywhere.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just drive slower.
A. Cooking.
Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
It's 3 p.m. and you're driving.
B. Playing the guitar.
61, 62, 63.
Mom, it's great if you want to go to the gym, but you're driving.
C. Lifting weights.
So what else happened at school today?
Right now you gotta concentrate on the road.
Or D. Texting. And the answer is E. None of the above.
Texting while driving is unsafe. But findings from a new AT&T poll show that nearly half of commuters admit to doing it. That's more than teens. The survey zoned in on those drivers heading to and from work, and here's what it found. 95% of commuters said reading an incoming text or email while driving is a bad idea. And when it comes to sending a text or email out, the number is even higher. 98% said that wasn't safe. But even though almost everyone knows texting and driving is dangerous, commuters are doing it more than they used to. The poll found that 6 in 10 people said they never texted while driving 3 years ago. Today, it's only about half. What's worse, the research shows that more than 40% of commuters who admitted to texting while driving called it a habit. So what can you do to stop it? Know the risks. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be in an accident if they're texting while driving. Make a personal commitment. Go to itcanwait.com to take the pledge to never text and drive, and to download the Drive Mode No Texting While Driving app.
She said, do you think you could? I said,
And speak up. Encourage your friends, family, and coworkers to take the pledge as well. And if you see someone texting and driving, make sure they know no text is worth a life.
Step up and begin to really expose to the public the risk of using the technology and using texting while driving, and then just bring an awareness to this.